Hello, and thank you very much for joining me today on my YouTube channel with an update regarding the Estrema Technology Hub. As you know, I'm trying to take over what was once the Bertone factory and the Maserati factory. So Maserati is going to end production these days. In fact, starting with next year, the plant will be totally dismissed and it will be available for sales. And this is what I'm going to do early next year. Purchase the entire site for roughly 25 million euros. Of course, there will be some investment needed, but I think that initially we can take over at least partially and then get inside the factory at least with some of the areas not needing any additional rework. The rework that will be needed will be eventually on a second stage. The first stage is to just occupy the spaces which will be available and ready. Ideally, the target is early July 1st, because it will take several more months for Stellantis to have all the equipment outside the buildings. There are still a couple of buildings with machinery and other stuff inside. So the idea is to transform it once available and once the whole project is funded and once the real estate business is under my control. The idea is to have a hub which is then concentrating everything which is high technology. It is about mobility, it is about energy, it has to be zero emission, it has to be anything that goes from a two-wheeler to cars, but it has to be high-end, definitely high-end stuff and technologically advanced. Therefore, we're not just looking on manufacturing cars. We want to have Fulminia, our first model, our hypercar, our complete electrified hypercar Fulminia is going to be produced there, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. There will be several more companies coming in with us, mainly our partners, but we also open up to anyone that wants to join, that is interested in working inside a hub environment. We will have an academy to train people from the nearby companies that are at risk, because stopping the production in the factory means that many of the companies that were working for the factory are now without any additional workload. Therefore, much less workload, because the plant, basically the production that was the Maserati Quattroporte and the Maserati Ghibli, are now transferred in a nearby factory of Mirafiori, owned by Stellantis. So the smaller cars in terms of numbers will be produced there. And of course, all the rest that was created to build the cars in that plant are now with very low workloads. So all these people that used to work, I'm talking about 500 people at Lear, and many other companies that are nearby, are now risking the jobs. So what can we do is to train these people, and that's the reason why I want to have an academy there, to be trained in order to have this cross-pollination between younger people, older people that are still too young to go into retirement. So we want to mix them up and create this fertile environment that is so well working in many other countries. I have a background in the US. I was working on one of these hubs in Atlanta, Georgia, for a couple of years, and another couple of years I worked in a similar hub in Salzburg, Austria. And I really have very, very positive experiences, and I like this kind of environment because it's really maintaining the level of attention of the companies working at the highest level in terms of being able to talk, just like going to a food court. When you are in a food court, then you have maybe someone that is inviting you for a quick bite or for a coffee, and then sometimes something magic can happen. Okay, instead of being isolated as a single unit and in a single company, I think that Italy needs right now to gather as many companies as possible on one spot, and then use this spot and this location as an example, because there are so many more factories in a similar situation in Italy that we can recover. Instead of making new plants, instead of making new factories, we need to recuperate what is already available. Of course, we need to do some refurbishment. Of course, we need to do some work. But I think that it's far more sustainable if we not only drive with zero emission and not only produce zero emission energy, but also that we recuperate what we already have available. It doesn't make any sense to seal more territory. In Italy, especially, we have sealed already too much territory. We have too much soil that was filled up with concrete. So let's use what's already available. And the site is, anyhow, it is a very good site because it was completely refurbished about 10 years ago by FCA. They have invested heavily, and there are minor repairs to do maybe, but it's nothing major. And I like the site very much. I was there already a couple of times, and I have seen the site in a good shape. I have a few ideas what else we can do. So yes, the academy, then host as many companies as possible, maybe some other companies that are not directly related, or they don't need to be directly related to automotive. So just enlarge as much as possible the possibility for anyone that wants to innovate, that wants to be inside a community, that love to share experiences with others. All these companies are absolutely welcome into our hub. The site is very big. It's 210 square meters, 210,000 square meters, of which half is covered. That's 21 hectares. So it's, I think it's like 50 football fields, just to give you an idea of how big the site is. If you just Google it, if you go to Maserati factory, Grugliasco, or just Grugliasco, Stellantis, Maserati, whatever. If you Google it, you will see from above the surface is quite relevant, quite big. Therefore, now I will focus, of course, now it's end of the year. There is not so much I can do, but I would focus the next few days and few weeks of the new year of getting the financing finally sealed, I hope. At least there were a number of banks, funds, companies, private investors that, thanks to what you see behind me here, which is a Corriere della Sera article with my interview that was published yesterday by Bianca Carretto, which is an Italian journalist. So thanks to Corriere della Sera, I had a nationwide recognition about the importance of such projects. So I'm backed by a lot of people that contacted me. Really, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of people that have read the article, and about hundreds and hundreds of emails that I have received, and also on LinkedIn, on private messages, comments, etc. I was really overwhelmed. I spent the last 2 days basically on trying to answer everyone that sent me a message, either by email or whatever else. Therefore, also for companies outside Italy, anyone is invited to join. Anyone can come. Just contact me. You can send a private message. You can email me. I will leave my email address in the description of this video below. So you can contact me directly as well by email, or just make a comment and I will get back to you, or also on LinkedIn. I'm using pretty much LinkedIn as my favorite social media tool for communication. In the meantime now, I would like to wish you a very good end of this year, and of course, an electrifying 2024. A lot of success, and I hope that I see you in Grugliasco with me, at least some of you. And I just would like to thank you for the support I have received from literally all over the world. Thank you very much, and I'm talking to you in the new year with some updates. Thank you very much again. Bye.